Reaction to the seed and the first round opponent?
Seed doesn't matter. We proved that last year. Seed doesn't matter. When we prove something today, that we focus on the things that I try to teach in our program, which is you can't control what happens to you. You can control how you react to it. And these guys know what we're capable of. So we have great respect for everybody in this tournament. Obviously, we play Iowa. An unknown to this, and aside, is Fran is a really good friend of mine. I had dinner and know he and his wife Margaret, and we became friends probably back when Patrick got sick. But that aside, he's back on the sidelines, so we got to focus on ourselves. So I'm going to get a million questions about our seed. That's what they pay John Rothstein for. He can talk about it and tweet about it, and you guys can handle that. We got to worry about the Bearcats, and when we do that, you saw what happened this week.
Convenient fan-wise?
Well, that's just second thing. I mean, hey, great for your fans, parents, families. Very concerned about getting shipped out west. I say this all the time. It's the most important thing. Enjoy this. A lot of money's made off of these kids, and it's important that their families can get to these games. And we're going to enjoy every minute of it. We're going to have a team dinner tomorrow night after we get everybody gets an ice bath and treatment, including the head coach. And Justin, Kane, obviously their last run, and we got a lot of great managers too that we're going to lose. So I want them all to enjoy it as much as they can.
You talked about this season wanting to get to the tournament for Kane and for Justin. You said that multiple times. Now that you've known for a couple weeks, but now that it's here, how does that feel knowing that you've been waiting?
Yeah, I mean, obviously not a shock. So it's been, what I've been trying to prepare these guys for is to get our mindset of winning the tournament. I think there's just a little bit of an edge that you have. You call it the Tiger Woods factor in his heyday, where he only played in tournaments for one reason. And I've talked about it a lot. I'm trying to do a better job. As a coach, you always try to do a better job with your team. And it's not like I haven't tried before. And anything can happen. Obviously, it did, and it did to us last year. So, but there's a little bit of, just a mental edge where we got to put this to bed. And these guys have overcome all year. And, if there was ever a group for the EM50 project, it's this group. The go-getters that aren't afraid, that believe in themselves. Little Stripes reference for you. Dan got it. You're young. You got that right away, didn't you? You were sleeping on that?
I was trying to remember what that was.
Oh,
from.
I'm disappointed in
sorry.
you. The
Great movie,
EM50.
too.
Yeah, the
One of my all-time
EM50.
faves.
Yeah, if there was a group of guys that they got great spirit about them, and I think that's, that's a part of it because they love each other. So, you got to want to keep practicing. You got to want to keep playing. That's a big part of it this day and age.
Not only Columbus, but Friday.
Yeah, Friday was big. I'd have rather had Friday than a different number of seed, to be quite honest with you. These guys, that's a problem. Playing in this league and having done this 3 years in a row, Friday and then not a long flight or a 6-hour bus ride like last year.
Is that just as important as anything?
More important than, to me, what number they stick next to your name. Again, because the number that they stick next to your name is what somebody else thinks about you. And it's just another chance for me to try to explain to my players that what other people think about you doesn't define you. It doesn't matter. It just like whatever number they stuck next to Iowa doesn't matter. Execution matters, and what you bring to the table, things you can control. And we focused on it this week. We saw what we're capable of.
Are you dreading all of the talk that's going to come about last year, or are you embracing it?
No, hey, everybody's got to do their job. I'm going to give you the answer right now. We can win the national championship last year. It's still going to bother me because I get to coach again. Gary Clark and Kyle and Jake didn't get to do it again. So we can win the title. And it's, because I don't worry about me. It's not about me. It's about the kids. And, the longer you do this, you realize it's about your kids. Obviously it's great pub for the university and the pageantry of March and the fun. Obviously, that's, you know, the part of the job at this time of year. But it'll never erase it for Gary Clark. So we can win the national title. And I know he and Jake and Kyle, they're all, you know, they're in touch with all these guys and they're in touch with me and my staff. But it's never going to change it for them. You know, and as far as judging me, I gotta practice what I preach. I tell the guys, you got to worry about doing your job. Ignore criticism, deflect praise, focus on your job. Do it the best you can. And you sleep well at night. So, you know, Mark Few didn't become a better coach because he went to the title game. He's a great coach. He's one of the best of all time. So balls can bounce different ways. They do, and they usually do. So, you know, you got to have enough, or you should, if you got to practice what you preach as a coach.
It feels great. You know, we talked about trying to have everybody come, you know, support us. You know, our families. It's an easy access game for them. It's like my family could just fly to Cincinnati and then drive up. So it's big for all our families and friends to be able to come and support us, and that's gonna be big playing down there.
We didn't get you after the game last Sunday. Obviously, did not go the way you wanted to be able to get that team again and play like you did today. What does that mean? How did that feel?
It felt good, you know, just to recuperate, and after 2 games we lost, to get a win, especially for a championship, obviously, is big. To go back-to-back champions in the tournament, so it's just huge for all of our guys, giving us confidence going into next week.
What was the vibe going into the game in the locker room and among you guys?
Just win, you know, do anything you got to do to win. Boxing out, we knew that was the number 1 key. We had to box out, not give them second shots, and guard the 3-point line, and listen to the defensive scout report, try to stay in our matchup instead of getting spread out and have to go man too early. So that was our biggest keys today.
I feel like anyone that was wondering why Jaren won Player of the Year isn't asking that anymore.
I mean, they shouldn't ask it anyway. You know, he shows up every game. And I'm not even talking about just points, you know, the aggressiveness, the way that teams have to key into him. He brings it every day, so I'm just proud of him and what he did today.
Houston, did they give you extra confidence? You've got it. But it's a Big Ten team to win that, possibly the SEC team. But you just played with a team that some people thought might be a fun.
Yeah, definitely it's big. You know, Houston got great players, great coach, and it was a huge test for us today. That's what Coach talked about. If we want to make a run, we're going to face a team like that, and to be able to come out today and execute our game plan and win the game is huge for us.
Hit a couple big corner threes. It seemed like maybe a little bit different swagger to the team today as well, based on some shots like that and the way the team was feeling.
Yeah, you know, all my teammates was instilling confidence in me today. They just kept telling me we need practice game today. So I just tried to come up and show what I do every day in practice.
This is a program that always plays well with the chip on its shoulder. Does it feel like a 7 seed maybe is that chip that you guys deserve better?
You know, regardless of what it is, you know, like Coach said, we got to play our game. The only thing we can worry about is us. You know, just getting into that is only going to make things harder for us. You know, we got to just focus on what we can focus on and win the game and get back and focus on Iowa, regardless, because, you know, like you said, Iowa's probably don't think they deserve a 10 seed. A lot of people probably don't think they deserve the seeds they got. So that's what we can't worry about. We just got to worry about us.
Were you excited when Friday popped up instead of Thursday?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we get an extra day of rest. Play 3 games in a row, so we get to go back, you know, get treatment, get to go out to eat together, and then get back to business.